Everybody. How is everybody? It is hot today, guys, and I feel like, I don't know, we will be starting here in just a second. Gotta get the computer, or I mean the Chromebook, up and going. Hey. I feel like I need 20 minutes just to get ready for live. Hello. How are you, CEO of Skittles? Hi, Zachary Perry. Shouldn't even have to pin that, but people is rude. So, with that, we're going to go live. Or start the evening anyway. So today we're going to be talking about the swift fox. Thank you, Zachary Perry. This is an animal that was super common within the Great Plains of North America, but as happens many times, this animal not so common or went uncommon. First, though, we're going to talk a little bit about the animal itself. We're going to talk about why the animal went endangered or extinct in some cases. And then we're going to talk about how it was saved. And we'll go from there. In my area, we are possibly going to be experiencing bad weather. So if I do have to end live early, or if something happens and I have to take shelter, you know why. So this is not a big animal. It's at least a foot tall. They weigh anywhere from 5 to 7 pounds, and they are 23 to 34 inches long. A little bit smaller than a house cat, for those of you that are keeping track. This animal lives in short and mixed grass prairies across the Great Plains within North America. They can be found in sections of Canada as well as northern parts of Mexico within that same sort of geographical area. They can run at speeds of 37.2 miles per hour, which is where the animal actually gets its name. I forgot to do that. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? And where are you from? Just tell me your country. They are nocturnal or crepuscular, meaning that they're active like at dawn and dusk. They're going to be feeding on insects, some plant matter, reptiles, birds, amphibians, small mammals, and even carrion. Dens are used year-round for the rearing of young and in escaping from predators. They form lifelong bonds with their mate, but they also are not 100% monogamous. Breeding takes place January through March. Pups are born in the burrow and will emerge from the burrow. Hi, Anime Lover 123. The pups will come up out of the burrow sometime between May to early June. Females can have 3 to 6 pups. Males and females help to raise their young, along with older siblings who may also assist in care. Now, in case I forgot to say it, these animals are not 100% monogamous, but they will still stay with their mate for life, sometimes not even taking up a new mate should one of them pass away. These animals spend a lot of time underground, and they'll dig their own burrows or make use of other animals' burrows. Anime Lover 123, where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Predators include coyotes, badgers, and eagles, and I'm sure there's others as well. They typically live 4 years, but they have been, awesome. Awesome. I hope the weather is nice. They typically live 4 years, but they can live 9 years. Oh, I already said that. Why are they endangered / extinct? These animals lost less than half of their historic range, or about 60% of their original range. Current issues with the foxes that these foxes face are having suitable habitat, predation from coyotes, as well as vehicle collisions. the foxes had to deal with another type of fox called the red fox, as well as coyotes competing with them. In at least one state, they were absent from 1901 through 1953. These animals have had their numbers reduced by humans settling on the Great Plains, uncontrolled fur harvesting, as well as pesticides. Pesticides not only poison these animals, but they also can get the pesticides through eating insects, and thus picking up the pesticides that way. They are considered endangered in over 90% of their original range. That being said, there is some good news, which is why we're doing this live to begin with. So, Anime Lover 123, what's the weather like where you're at right now? Believe it's nighttime, right? As their prey population drops, it also affects the swift foxes at home. Yeah, me too. These animals also face habitat fragmentation. Oh, we are just entering evening. It is 7:00 p.m. here. As prey population drops, so can the swift foxes. They can also be affected by salvatic plague, which is a form of bubonic plague that affects animals. So if you know anything about the Black Death in Great Britain, then you understand what this is. How are they being saved? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but we'll talk about it. In 1992, there was a petition to get the swift fox added to the Endangered Species Act. Finally, in 1994, it was added to the endangered species list. Now, I'm talking in the United States, there is a process through which an animal goes through or a plant goes through before it is listed on the Endangered Species Act. And it's not an easy process. So one of the things that we had to do is we had to protect habitat. We couldn't just put these animals out and hope for the best. So we protected areas of the prairie, of the Great Plains, so that we could release these animals and they would be protected within that area. Now, it's also important to note that when you protect an area of habitat, you're also protecting animals that live within that ecosystem. Now, the AZA, or the American Zoological Association, it's also the aquarium. It's basically the American version of our Zoological and Aquarium Association. State governments, federal governments, Canada, and even Native American tribes were involved in saving these animals. Now, they used remote cameras in order to monitor the animals, as well as to see what other animals were maybe coming into the area. Now, scientists can do a lot with scat. If you don't know what scat is feces. So they would actually go out, collect the feces, and from that, They can collect a lot of information about the animals, including their gender, as well as health and other stuff. In Canada, as well as in the United States, they were basically gone from the wild in the 1930s. Now, thanks to reintroductions, there are now several hundred foxes in Alberta and Saskatchewan. The IUCN Red List, which is an organization that does research on endangered animals, they list the swift fox as being of least concern, which is, if you're an animal or a plant, that is a great place to be, because that means that you're not endangered. So that is awesome. Unfortunately, that's what I have for today. We're going to stay on and chat, or whatever the case may be. So we can just enjoy and learn from each other. So, anime lover, do you also like animals? Thank you guys for the likes. That means a lot. Awesome. This channel mainly does reviews of my animal figures. I've taken like a week break from doing videos and basically doing much of anything other than lives this week, because I needed a break. If you do YouTube, you might understand that. If you don't, that's okay. And in case you're wondering why I had that pinned comment and why it might come across as a little bit rude, well, there are reasons. Basically, it's people that are not always the nicest. So that's why. So I don't know what we want to do. You can ask me questions, we can chat, whatever it may be. It's Yi. Hi. Homie? I don't know about that. Not much. We've entered that part of live where you can ask questions, we can chat, whatever the case may be. It's Yi. Where are you from? State or country only, please. Today we were talking about the, awesome. We were talking about the swift fox and its conservation success. Not much. We're waiting on some bad weather to hit. Severe thunderstorms, hail, lightning, all of that fun stuff that nobody wants, but we're going to get anyway. That's cool. Me too. I'm from the USA. Normally, we would have tons of trolls coming in on my other channel. I really like coming live on this channel. Oh, so I'm guessing you live on the West Coast, maybe the Northwest Coast. Here it has been in the 80s, possibly 90s. I don't know how hot it got today. All I know is we don't have air on right now, and it is seriously hot. That's cool. So I am, if you can't tell, I am not a young guy. I don't give out my age. That's just a thing. I don't know. You guys are new to the channel, so I don't know what you want to know, what you don't want to know. Today's been one of those days where I really didn't, the only thing I did for the channel was legit, I did the script for live. Oh no. Everybody left? That stinks. Carol, are you here? That's weird. It says I have one person. I need to make up like 3 or 4 or 5 questions or something else to talk about. For after the topic. Hi, Colossal 15 BWN. Where are you from? Just give me country and state. Or country or state. How are you doing? Awesome. Hopefully the weather is cooperating for you. Not so much here. Yeah, it's been in the high 80s here. We're possibly could have tornadoes tonight. I hope not. Guys, because I don't know what to do, we're going to do some would you rather questions. I've been good. I can't complain. I took a little bit of a hiatus from YouTube this week, just doing lives. Hi, Plain Blood Man. I'm not allergic to heat. I just don't like it when it's too hot. Would you rather have a lifetime supply of free coffee or free ice cream? Plain Blood Man, I feel like I've seen you before. Pretty sure. You don't drink coffee. Interesting. Neither do I. Is that religious reasons, Colossal 15 BWN? I love ice cream too. Since we're talking about ice cream, what is everybody's favorite ice cream flavor? One of the stores up here has eggnog flavor. Okay, I understand that. My grandma on my dad's side used to drink coffee, and the house, that's the first thing that hit you when you came into the house was the coffee. And so when I smell coffee, it reminds me of my grandma's house, but I've never drank it. So I can relate to that. Let's see. Would you rather be able to talk to all animals but not understand them, or understand all animals but not be able to talk to them? Chocolate chip is good. You guys are quiet on that one. Was that one not a good one? Okay. I don't know. I'm had that is probably true, Colossal. That's probably true. Would you rather live in a world where all birds could talk, or all insects were the size of dogs? You know, I could handle an insect maybe the size of a chihuahua. But I don't think I'd want a praying mantis the size of a Saint Bernard walking around, because I think at that point we would be on the menu. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down to weird and wacky. Would you rather have invisible legs or invisible arms? That's a weird one. Invisible arms. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Would you rather have a nose that changes color depending upon your mood, or hair that grows 3 feet every day? If I had to choose, I guess my nose changing color for mood. Because if my hair grew 3 feet every day, I feel like half your life you would spend cutting your hair. That's not cool. Would you rather know the exact date of your death or the exact cause of your death? Ooh, that got really creepy real fast. You know, I would rather not know either. Would you rather have unlimited money but no free time, or unlimited free time but very little money? You know? Yeah, my moderator can tell you that I work around my YouTube. So, what is your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is Halloween. One of my favorites. I like that I can be a little bit spooky, and it's okay for me to sit back and watch the monster movies that I enjoy without being looked at or people complain. um I don't know. My favorite restaurants. So if I have a favorite place to go for Mexican food, it's not one of those It's not like Chipotle where it's a big what is it, brand or chain. It's a local place and they're really good. Um but I also like, we had this Chinese buffet up here and it's really good. But I also like going to BC Osaka. I don't know if that's everywhere, but it's really good. Sorry, guys. Should we go back to the would you rather questions? I'm probably going to do. Okay. I'm probably going to do on my other channel a get to know me tag. Would you rather have more time or more money? Yeah, I'm with you. Money. Would you rather spend the rest of your life inside or outside? Same. Would you rather perform at the Super Bowl halftime show or win an Oscar? In case you didn't hear that, it's would you rather perform at the Super Bowl halftime show or win an Oscar? I don't know. I'm not really good at acting. And I don't know if I want to be out in front of people. So I'm going to go with win an Oscar. Would you have rather have been the smartest or the most popular person at your high school? Would you rather be 3 feet shorter or 3 feet taller? Let's see. I am 5 foot. So that would put me at what? 8 feet? Would you rather talk like Yoda or breathe like Darth Vader? Would you rather get into an argument with Morgan Freeman or Meryl Streep? I don't get that one. Wow. I just had a message come across my phone. Over 65,000 without power right now. I don't know. Would you rather burp every time you kiss someone or pass gas every time you meet somebody new? Talk about awkward. Would you rather be a human in a zoo exhibit or a wild animal in a crowded city? Ooh, I don't know. Would you rather give up YouTube or Instagram? Okay. Have a good one. Carol, what is it doing by you right now? Ooh, I know. So there's a question. Would you rather have unlimited data storage or unlimited battery life? I'd rather have unlimited battery life. That would be amazing. Would you rather get rid of spam forever or have guaranteed Wi-Fi wherever you go? Anyway, I think, Carol, I'm going to go live on the other channel. Just because I know it's late. Yeah, it's late, but I don't know. I'd rather do that than sit around and not really do anything. Maybe I can rack up some more views. I'll see you in a bit if you want to come in. Bye-bye.